And good morning. Time to wake up. Going to be a beautiful day today. Not like we saw yesterday. There is rain in the forecast, but not until this afternoon. We'll talk, or this evening rather. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. JC?
I think it's just going to rain instead of freeze, which I like better anyway. Good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM on a Wednesday morning edition of Cooper and Company Live. Joined us this morning, Roy Williams, and always Tom just happened to be driving by and decided to stop in here this morning. Hey, Roy, what's up?
Shoot, not the sun yet, but it'll be there.
It'll be here in a minute if Gloria's correct on the weather. Roy, you just informed me you're having a pretty good month.
Woo, best month we've ever had, without any doubt. I want to say a big thank you to all you wonderful people in Athens and Madison and around this part of the country. You've been good to us, and we do appreciate it.
All thanks to ZTV advertising. Absolutely. And everything else Roy's doing, too. Tom, how are you? How's old McEnroe?
McEnroe's a lot better. He's got his contacts back in today.
You know, you ain't supposed to sleep with them, are you?
Well, the ones he has, you're not supposed to take out.
Frank and Tony in here also this morning. I hope y'all had a good Valentine's, boy. Tony went out to eat last night over at Levice's. They had a big special, bragging about eating prime rib and everything. I took Gloria to Wendy's in Scottsboro.
What a romantic.
Candlelight.
How sweet.
Well, there was light coming through. Wasn't exactly. There were some people in there when I went to the bathroom, they probably could have used a candle in there.
Jamie.
Yeah, we'll talk more about our great Valentine's Day dinner and coming up in just a little bit. A lot of stuff coming on. Roy's going to turn loose here in a minute. Johnny Lee Dees will rejoin us this morning too. And John singled me out in church Sunday.
No.
About Roy, I'm not up to my, I was talking to Dusty the other day as we were riding over at Sports Fit on our bicycles going nowhere, about the deal. I've got it in my notes over there about the Bears coming out and mauling 42 people. I don't actually know what quote that was, but I'll give it to you in a minute. But anyway, John said, and Jamie, you're the only one in here in our church that's wrestled a bear. I'm the only person stupid enough in the world to do it on live TV, okay? But I got it. All right, let's go weather now. Gloria says it's going to be pretty. I don't believe that. Personally, I think it's probably going to rain all day.
No. Only 20. Weather Channel says 20% chance of rain. And yes, it is going to rain today, but not until later tonight, possibly. Now watch me just blow this. High temperatures. We will see some sun. It may take a little while there are some patchy areas of fog out there, but the sun hopefully will come out. High temperatures of 63 today, low of 53. Don't let it ruin your day because you can get out and do some things before the rain gets here. Tomorrow, high temperatures 61, 35 for your low. Of course, brought to you by First National Bank. The whole group's wonderful. Go see Monica, all of them.
Tom was there all day yesterday.
That's right. We saw there.
Everybody in Athens was parked over there.
I think. Yeah. But look at the rest of the forecast. Maybe just a little bit of rain on Saturday, but other than that, hopefully everything will be okay for the weekend.
Can I mention First National? They donated room to us.
The room upstairs?
Upstairs yesterday and today.
Roy, that's something you might want to take into consideration. And any of you folks out there that are looking for a first-class facility, right over across the road, what do they charge, $50 for it?
I really don't know the charge that they donated.
I want to say it's $25 or $50, and you can rent it. The only thing, don't park in front of the drive-through windows, okay?
Or the front.
But yeah, you can rent that whole thing. It's got a kitchen and everything in it.
Oh, I'd definitely be interested.
But I mean, we can start doing seminars again, Roy.
Oh, he'll be hypnotizing people.
Yeah, we can do all that kind of stuff again. So you know how it goes. But that's.
We got a big seminar Saturday at Miss Annie's Beer Garden in St. Joe.
Been there before.
Did a story on that.
You know, you like to have seminars where there's alcohol available.
Well, that wasn't why we chose that. Most of us don't even drink.
It had nothing to do with that.
Anything, but they got this big, beautiful.
Who are you talking about? What do you mean most of us?
Well, most of the people are.
Most normal people.
Oh, most of the folks that take your vitamins and supplements and stuff. Yeah. So that's
healthy products.
Kind of the way it goes. Huh?
Yeah, healthy products.
Yeah, like that. Hey, I want to say yesterday, Gloria and I went up to. Shut up! You can come over and have a seat if you can fit yourself in while I'm talking. Take that big coat off. Yesterday for Valentine's Day, Gloria and I, as soon as the show was over, that's why I ran Percy Sledge doing When a Man Loves a Woman just so we could get out here early. Made the short trip up to Chattanooga to work with RTV. Had our picture photographed with a couple of the RTV commands. There they are right there. The Vice President of Programming, the engineer. That's him standing out front. Looks kind of like Larry with the Three Stooges. And then...
He had a better
and then the other guys over the affiliate, that's me in the middle there with them, out in front of Chattanooga, right out in front of the truck. I'm trying to take over RTV.
Go for it.
Shut up.
Why is it Gloria in the picture?
Well, she was in the one before that, so you missed
She
it.
should be in all of them.
So I was up there yesterday.
She is the face of ZTV.
But I will
thanks,
tell you
Donnie.
this, the bad news is, I got them yesterday, I'm losing the rifleman and Daniel Boone, doggone it. They were actually dealing with Fess Parker up until his death this past year. He owned 50% of those Daniel Boone episodes, which, you know, we grew up with Daniel Boone. Yeah, you didn't, you didn't. Oh, you don't even know what Daniel Boone is.
Daniel, yeah, I know
Daniel Boone was the man.
How's it going?
Big man.
See, that you do know.
Yeah.
But that's second.
I ran into somebody yesterday at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they go, and I knew him from a long time. I used to coach their daughter, and they said, you know what? I found somebody that talked more than you. I said, who? They said, Jamie Cooper. They said, I watched the show, and he always yakking something. I said, yeah, he should be shut up one. I should be shut up two.
That's because I got to keep things going.
He's
Right,
got to
Tom?
wake
That's right.
everyone up.
All right. All right, for all those of you keeping up with basketball, Alabama got stomped last night. We didn't have enough players to play the game, but Florida put a whooping on us. Even your team beat us last week, LSU. Yeah. We got beat last night 61-52. So just wanted to throw that in. All right, Roy,
Who cares
talk about a
about
couple things here. Hundreds protest yesterday, immigration law at rally in Montgomery. It's all over the news this morning. Hundreds packed Alabama State courtyard Tuesday to rally against the state's tough immigration laws. Organizers saying they're close to sending a message on Valentine's Day. They chose to send a message on Valentine's Day to their lawmakers. Need to love and respect immigrants.
Legal immigrants.
Legal.
People bust in from across the state to demand a repeal of the law that aims to be tough on those in the country illegally.
Yeah, did they talk about how much the unemployment rate has dropped?
Well, they didn't mention that yet, but here's the main point of this. Decatur Daily this morning has editorial on this, and y'all know how the Decatur Daily feels about the immigration. Here's what they say, Roy. It's right up your alley. It says, in the midst of last week's debate between Catholic bishops and Obama administration over insurance coverage for birth control pills for their employees, Pastor Rick Warren, y'all know who Rick Warren is, tweeted the following. I'd go to jail rather than cave in to a government mandate that violates what God commands us to do. Would you? Acts 5:29. Here's how they interpret it, though. In Acts 5:29, the apostles are quoted to say we must obey God rather than any human authority.
Absolutely.
All right, here's what they're saying. Warren's comments went viral quickly, repeated by numerous Alabama lawmakers. The point was clear. When a legal mandate conflicts with a religious mandate, the latter should win. Alabama lawmakers who applauded Warren's message should take this to heart. Decatur Daily, meaning Alabama believes the state's immigration law violates religious principles. These religious beliefs prompted church leaders to challenge the law's constitutionality in court. Churches and religious organizations are at the forefront of efforts seeking to repeal the law. Lawmakers who applauded Warren's tweet should be pushing for repeal of the state's immigration law. You see what they did? They turned that thing around.
But the problem is, on the other one there, separation from church and state. They've been practicing, they've been preaching that mess for years. They took God out of the schools. They take everything out of schools. So separation of church and state.
But that's
what only goes one direction for government.
Right.
Separation of church and state only goes one direction for the government. And the part they leave out is, if you read the Bible clearly, God told the Jewish people not to mix with any other race on earth. Listen, folks, you can make that Bible twisted any way you want. The problem is they're illegal. Just keep that in mind. If you do something illegal, you go to prison. These people keep doing illegal things, and we want to give them a free ticket. I thought we were a land of the law. Obviously not.
But you see how they turned that around?
Yeah, they tried to. Only the uneducated about the Bible would allow that to happen.
Well,
what political office will you be running for next?
I got some competition beside me, don't I? He feels the same way I feel.
Well, you know, and back to the RTV thing up there yesterday, speaking about people running for office, I was up there yesterday, I showed at my press conference.
Listen, I'm just glad we.
And thank y'all for rising when the judge came in.
Yeah, I'm just glad we came back from Chattanooga.
Yeah, and then what we're actually trying to do, we may be taking our show nationwide with RTV. So I may be running for president.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to give the other candidates time.
I may be running for president.
You for the people that's up there.
That's right. Well, we'll tell y'all more about that later. Oh, by the way, the dog show last night, I told y'all that Pekingese was going to win it. He won it yesterday, late last night. Here's that. Brad, you got that photo of him, that hairy dude that was on yesterday? Yeah, there he is. He won last night. Best of show. Best of show. All right.
I can see.
Just when you thought there couldn't be another website with something crazy, there's a guy in the USA Today writes all the time, love may be in the air or even in coach, talking about airlines. Yet another Valentine's Day has come and gone and still no love. He said maybe you should take a flight. He says somewhere along the way this past week, via Facebook, Twitter, email, or whatever, I was actually talking to another human being. There is a, if you're on a plane,
Yeah.
and Roy, I know you don't like to fly. And you see somebody you might be attracted to, and say they're on aisle 14, seat B. There's a website you can go to now.
Get out.
It's called WeMetOnAPlane.com.
How original.
It's kind of like missed connections on Craigslist. Although you narrow down the search even more, no longer are you searching for that pretty face. You just put in their seat. You can find love, Donnie, at 30,000 feet. It says the guy in 14F connects with the person in 10A, and there you have it. You're shopping for China patterns next thing you know. But he said, I can see playing the game on the, you can choose your potential mates and coach, too. You don't have to be in first class. So now, that again, is WeMetOnAPlane.com. So if you're on a plane and you happen to notice somebody staring you down or something, you can go, okay. Here it is.
See, I got one that says, we met on Jamie Cooper, or you saw me on Jamie
You're
Cooper.
You're married. Didn't you see me do the
I know. That's why I'm going with this. I mean, I'm
today
building my website, cheatinghearts.com.
Yeah, if you missed, there's a show on, 15 or whatever, it's called Cheaters. There's a thing, today is, what was I say yesterday? Most people today.
Today's the biggest cheating day.
Cheating day because spouses are angry. Like Gwen could be mad at you for not living up to her expectations yesterday. Now, Gloria and I.
Wait just a minute.
We had a romantic lunch in Scottsboro at Wendy's yesterday.
You are in so much trouble today.
Well, I was in a hurry to get back. I said, hurry up, scarf that down where we can get on home, dang. I was in Chattanooga all day. I said, stop me. We don't have time to go to Candlelight Dinner. I can't even stay up that late. I can't be like Tony and his gang eating out past night, prime rib and stuff. What'd y'all do?
We stayed home and had cookout.
Did your chocolate show up?
We went to Rose.
No.
I didn't even get ice cream.
You kidding?
We went to Crocodile Heads.
That's the difference.
Crocodile Heads over in Florence. Last night?
Oh, yesterday.
So nobody went out last night.
We went to Rosie's.
Last night?
Well, see, at least you took your wife out. Tom has the worst
Had my
luck
child with me. No,
of ordering because Christmas
here.
was delayed. Now Valentine's Day was delayed.
Hey,
you can still make it up, Jamie. You can take her out tonight.
I'm going to steal this out of Reader's Digest. Y'all hang on a second. I didn't know this, but yesterday was in the meeting too, and the guy up there is the deputy sheriff. He said, my Glock. Now, is that a gun?
That's a gun.
It's a gun.
Glock's a pistol. A regular pistol or just any kind of pistol?
Like a 9mm?
A Glock, certain type pistol.
One of the best operating ones ever made.
A good gun.
They'll even shoot underwater.
That's what Andre Carr was talking
Yeah,
about.
Glock. Well, I didn't know
Glock.
that. Said, this is coming from a police officer. He said, a while back, I made a traffic stop on an elderly woman.
Okay.
As she looked for her driver's license, I noticed a concealed carrying permit. I said, the policeman says, do you have a weapon in your possession at this time? She said, permit, what did I say?
Permit? I don't know.
Permit. She said, yes, I've got a .45 automatic in the glove box, the elderly woman said to the police officer. Do you have any other firearms? She said, yes, I've got a 9mm Glock in the console.
Wow.
The police officer says, is that all? The woman says, and a .38 special in my purse.
Oh, my gosh.
Goodness.
The officer smiled and says, what are you so afraid of? The old elderly woman looked the police officer right in the eye and said, not a damn thing.
Good for her.
Good.
Yeah.
She's pretty much covered.
And I didn't even know what a Glock was.
Yeah.
I had to tell you after I was talking to Andre.
So Gloria knew and you didn't.
I knew you didn't.
So we know who the man is in the house of that house.
Now.
You ever shoot a Glock, you want to go back.
Yeah. I don't even carry a gun.
You don't even own a
I
gun.
figured I could talk my way out of something. Like, come down,
He pushed me in the way.
Let me get a shot of y'all.
I've seen you talk your way up tickets.
Yeah.
31
You've been with me on a couple of days on those. That was good on that. Yeah, Roy just made reference to a ticket. Now, back before I met you, 2 weeks before I met you, as a matter of fact, on my anniversary to my third wife, my 1-year anniversary. This is no, sir. I may have told y'all this 4 or 5 times before.
Your memory
I'm on the way to
ceases
Charleston,
amaze
South
me.
Carolina, Tom, to celebrate my 1-year anniversary of being miserable. 1 year, Roy. I get stopped 3 times 3 different states, Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, speeding, and get out all 3 tickets.
Only
Pretty
because it was a
good.
brand new, beautiful car.
All
And
3
they hadn't
tickets.
seen
What would
that
that have
one
done for my
yet.
insurance?
It would have gone up.
And I didn't even have a Glock with me.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, probably a very good thing. All right, Roy, what you going to be talking about here in a little bit?
Vitamin D, folks, you got to know the truth about vitamin D. It's you just hang on to your seats. It's awesome.
All right.
good.
Donnie, what will you be discussing?
Vitamin D. I took I took 5,000 units, I guess it is.
That's
so.
right.
All right. Tom will try to locate your chocolate. We know it's missing out there somewhere. So, yeah, Lord, you
Poor Rhonda.
didn't get Rhonda anything for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes. I got something else.
Oh, okay. You did come
Oh, he
through.
can't
Okay.
tell.
He can't discuss that on
share.
air.
Well, we rode by Victoria's Secret yesterday, but I already bought everything in there, so they didn't have nothing new. All right, got to get out and take a
Too
break.
much
We'll be right back on this Wednesday morning edition of Cooper and Company Live with ZNN in just a moment. Y'all, hang on.